Hi, I'm Lindsay. I am a writer and filmmaker, and today I want to talk about Beyond the Fence. I wrote this with my own two hands and a little bit of my brain, and it is a script, a feature-length script, and it is also, as you can see, a novel. My first novel, in fact. My journey with this story started at about 16 years old, maybe 15, when I was in high school, and there was all these documentaries coming out about cults, and I've never been in a cult, thank goodness, but I was very fascinated by the psychology behind these cults, but because I didn't understand them, I didn't really want to write a script that was supposed to be based on a specific cult. But something that I was familiar with was writing relationships, and so in this story, the backdrop is this cult that these sisters are born and raised in, but the kind of meat of the story is their relationships with each other and how this situation kind of impacts the family dynamic. So I'll read straight from the back of the book to kind of give you a little bit of a description here. 1 year after the death of their parents, a fatal accident forces the Lane sisters to flee the confines of the neighborhood, a closed community led by a violent and coercive group of men. While on the run, the sisters must reckon with the consequences of leaving the only home they have ever known and face the fears of the outside world. That is like a very summarized summary. There's a lot of things going on. The dynamics between these sisters are very specific, not just as a whole, but to the individuals. So one sister with the other sister, and then that sister to the other sister. There's 4 of them technically. One of them is an infant, so she doesn't really, communicate, but they have feelings and motivations surrounding their youngest sister. But then the 3 main sisters are Mary, the oldest, Jenny, the middle sister, and Beth, the, former youngest, younger middle child, I guess you would say. And they all respond to their situation and their environment very differently. You can see the differences between these sisters that were raised in a very similar way in a very closed off environment, yet their feelings about it are very different, and the way they respond to situations are very different. And I always have found that very fascinating, like how people respond to different situations, even though they grew up essentially the same way. That really helps pinpoint the different aspects of people's personalities, and to me that's very fascinating. And of course the cult aspect is very interesting as well. Like, we have seen over time that, our society has a interest in cults. I think it's because we don't understand them, and so we have this fascination with them that has not really been explored too much on the narrative level. We don't have a ton of fictional stories that focus on cults, especially cults that people were born and raised in. We see a lot of stories about people getting sucked into cults and what caused all of that, but I chose to focus on these sisters that didn't have any say in being there. They were born in this situation, and they have to deal with the consequences of somebody else's actions. And because I am not a cult expert and I have never been in a cult, we found ourselves a cult expert. Her name is Ashlyn. She is absolutely amazing. If you haven't experienced her before, she's going on tour soon this fall, and she's going to be talking about the psychology of cults. She is absolutely amazing, and she worked as a consult when I was finishing up the script here. It has seen many drafts since I was 16 when I wrote the first one, and the last few drafts she had a huge impact on me, giving me her insights about, what's realistic, what's not realistic. This is what it's like being in a cult. And she's also the executive producer on this film, and we are just so thankful to have somebody with her expertise and her experience backing us up and providing insight whenever she can. And I highly recommend you looking her up. She also runs People Leave Cults, so you should check out that information. There's tons of resources there. But if you can see her on tour, absolutely do that. And to just kind of quickly touch on where we're at now, we are in the notorious development hell. And we've been working on this for about a year, a little over a year, of just me, not just by myself, but actually working with a team. We've been entering festivals, we've been talking to production companies, we've been trying to get actors attached. They're all of the things. We have a package ready to go, and we just have not been able to get anyone to bite. It's really unfortunate because I believe in this story. It's done so well at festivals. It's gotten acclaim, and it's an important topic, and especially today in our political and social climate. Like, I know that this is a story that would be so beneficial to people, and it's just really hard right now to get new independent scripts made, but I am looking to put this in front of whoever I can, the right person. And if you would like to support us, you can share our website, you can like our page on Instagram, you can watch the concept trailer on YouTube, and if you're in a position of power, send us an email. We would love to talk to you. We would love to partner with a production company or a producer or a private investor. We are open to whatever it takes to get this story out, get this message out. And, you know, beyond the social impact of it all, it's just a fun, entertaining story. Like, I don't want to say fun because it's really sad, actually. It's kind of a depressing little tale, but it has entertainment value. And so between those two things, we know that we have a profitable, entertaining, and important piece of work here that we would love to take from the page to the screen. One other way you could help is this book right here is available on Amazon. And if you would like to learn more about the story, this is the best way. You can give it a read and you can leave us a positive review. You can tell your friends about it. Just helping us share our messaging is really all we can ask for at this time. You can also learn more about us at beyondthefencemovie.com. And thank you for listening to me blabber on about this thing that I care about. Thanks.